What's up, guys? Sean here, Resident Evil Racing again. We are at Bonne Terre Dragway in Bonne Terre, Missouri. Kind of fishing up the night. I'm sorry I didn't get to get any videos prior to the race. I just got busy trying to get everything done, ready to go racing. I know it's a little dark in here, so I'm in my trailer. We're just getting ready to head out. I kind of want to make a little video. We come down to do a to do a little small tire shootout. We was just wanting to do some testing and stuff. It was like a little $100 entry fee. It wasn't much. So we thought, hey, we'll make it. We were trying to try out kit 1. We got on a progressive, trying it out. So we just, I don't know, just trying different things, and it didn't work out like we wanted it to. The more power I took out, the worse it got spinning wise. So, but anyway, I just kind of want to give you an update on that. I'm gonna finish the video out tomorrow. I'll come out and do something. We're at the track, like I said. So, Bonne Terre Dragway. Turn it around, let y'all see some of the cars that's out here. Well, like I said, didn't go as planned, but I mean, it's what it is. It's first time I've been here in about 2 or 3 years, so the track was really good. I just don't think my suspension was set to do to work as good of a track as it is. But anyway, like I said, no excuses for me. It is what it is, and we'll come back. We'll start testing some more, and I'll give y'all more details tomorrow. Welcome back, guys. Continuance from last night. It is the next morning after the race last night. So kind of doing like a weekend recap deal, I guess. I'll start doing some weekend recaps after. If I go to races, we don't race every single weekend, so you'll only have the weekend recaps. You know, whenever we do a race, we might do 1 or 2 a month, maybe something like that. Depends. One month might have 3, the next month might have 1. It all just depends. But anyway, we as of last night, you know, we won our grudge race, and then we got beat on our first round. I don't know. I went over the data. I think it's just a mixture because the track was really tight. It was really sticky for a no prep. I mean, to me, it really wasn't a no prep. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to just keep looking over. I don't know if it's suspension because my suspension's set up for more of a crappier track, and I don't know if it was just getting so much bite that it was unloading the chassis or what, but man, this thing would dead grip hook, and then like the first pass we were out, I don't know, the very first grudge pass we were out probably 70 feet before it started spinning. So and then like I said, the second pass we got out, it went out about 40 feet before it spun, and in the third pass it didn't move but about 4 feet before it started spinning. So the bad thing is I was pulling power out every time. So like I said, I don't know if it was just how the track was, or how, you know, the suspension is. Like I said, because it was really a tight track. So I don't really know. It's hard to figure that out because that's the stickiest track that I've been on in, I don't know, since I started no prep racing back in 17. So I don't, like I said, I don't know. It's one of them things, man. I don't have enough data with the car. So we started off with just a progressive tune, and we had it, you know, ramping in fairly quick. So, and then like I said, it spun tire. So we brought it back. I took the ramp and pulled it out another half a second, you know, farther out. Pulled about 4 more degrees of timing out on the launch, and just to see if it would do any better. Well, it got worse. So the third pass, we went to a different tune that I had, and which it ramped the progressive in, and then within a couple of seconds it put the stage 2 on. And I had more power out of that ramp, and it spun right off the bat. So, like I said, I don't know. It's just a lot of testing. This is all it's going to be. But like I said, we won our grudge race, lost round one, and got to make one solo pass uh, just to try to get it. But it's leaving. I mean, it's dead leaving, but it just for some reason it gets out there to unload the chassis. I was thinking maybe okay, so the tire was probably wadding up and then trying to straighten back up, and that's what caused it to unload it. So I added the third pass. I added a pound or two. I added 2 pounds of air pressure to the tire, and it didn't like it at all. So like I said, I don't know a whole lot, but of that. But like I said, we'll figure it out. I mean, we'll go to a real no prep track, and the way my suspension's set up, it should do a lot better. Like I said, that was really a tight, sticky track last night, and so like I said, my suspension's not set up for it. I can pull power out all day long. It, it just ain't gonna do it really that great on that type of surface, because I didn't really mess with any of the suspension because I'm still trying to get the tune. That was the first. Last night was the first night of spraying stage one on the progressive. We've been testing with just like stage two, and it's just a little shot. So that's the first time of that one. So man, it was at one point we were pulling over 2 Gs on the leave. So I know it's gonna be good because, like I said, the third pass it spun the tires, but it still pulled over 2 Gs. So the third pass, although it did spun, it still pulled more Gs than the other passes did. But it's still, I mean, it's if this thing could ever stay planted when it leaves, and it's still the power that I had pulled out of it on the launch, man, this thing is gonna fly. I mean, it is really gonna fly. A lot of the issues last night, even when it spun and I tapped the throttle, it wanted to pull towards the center. It didn't matter which lane I was in. If I was in the left lane, it would pull towards the center. If I was in the right lane, it would pull towards the center. So you can't really say, well, the car's pulling one way, because it didn't. It pulled both ways. Like I said, right lane pulled to the left lane pulled to the right. So it's a lot of indications of something like that is usually one tire is hooking better than the other side, depending on the groove. I know we were out of the groove when I did my second pass of round one. So that was probably a lot of it. It pulled really bad this year. I just went ahead and lifted. I left out on him, and when it spun the tire, he come up around me, and by the time I pedaled it and got back in it, if it hadn't went towards the center line, we yanked up on him really quick. But then it just started veering over towards the center line, so I just lifted. I mean, I'm not taking a chance and doing anything retarded or stupid or anything like that, because really that wasn't much. There's 15 cars I think in there, so really wasn't a bad little Friday night deal. There's some fast cars up at Bonne Terre though. I give them that. Some pretty fast cars. I think our first round was a nitrous Mustang. But like I said, if we would have left and it would have stayed planted, I think we had enough in that tune right there, to just really drive away from him. But like I said, going towards the center, I don't try to be a hero and try to stay in and try to get him back. I pedaled it one time, it didn't. It stuck it, but when it stuck it, it pushed it over. So I was like, well, you know what? I'll save it for another day. We'll go back. Trust me, we'll go back. They have them quite often up there. So go back, and once we get this thing lined out, we'll show them a thing or two. Because like I said, this combination in this car is just, I mean, it's a beast. You're talking about it makes a lot of power on naturally aspirated. This thing is made to consume nitrous, and once we get it, the fueling too was just unbelievable. I made that first lick, I had to stab the pedal, and we run it out the back door, like I said. But that the first pass I did pedal it shows on the day log. I pedaled it like 2 or 3 different times, but once we got it straightened up and it went out, it ran a really good mile an hour for what it was, and the fueling was within 3, 4, 5, 6%. I mean, I can't ask for nothing better than that. for the first time, and so we think we're just going to leave the fueling alone for now until I can get a complete A to B pass without having to pedal it. But even out the back door, once I went to high gear, pulled it out, it was 2%. It was actually pulling 2% of fuel out. So I mean, that's a little bit on the fat side, but when we check the plugs look good. I mean, a lot better than what they have been. But the plugs look really, really good. So I think we might just leave it for now until we can get an A to B pass. But after that, we might go in and pull a little bit out, try to make it, tweak it just a little bit better. But anyway, like I said, it was weekend recap. We in here, like I said, been pulling the data, saving the files, going back and looking at them. Bo, did you have fun last night?
Yep.
Yep. We won our grudge race, and then we lost first round, right? Whose fault was it we lost?
Our car.
No, it wasn't the other car's fault that we lost. We gonna blame that on Uncle Reese? Yeah, we might. He had me out of the groove, but it's alright. He doesn't understand. I mean, he does understand. He looks for sticky. He's used to prep stuff, really like full-on prep stuff that you look for the sticky. But he doesn't realize on a no prep surface, which I'm not gonna say last night was really no prep, but you have sticky but gooey. You don't want sticky gooey. I'd rather have not sticky and tight, which you walk out there. Some people's got the little machine, little tool that they can sit down there and see what grip is. I use my foot. I just walk out there, and if I can stick my foot down and just apply my weight pressure and turn my foot, and if it don't want to turn, it's tight. If I go out there and I stick my foot down and I put my weight on it and I turn and it turns, then it's gooey for me. So that does not want to be in. Just because it's sticky doesn't mean that's the where you want to be. So he had me over about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches too far to the center. So that could be some of the reasons why we went towards the center. I don't know. But anyway, he'll get it. He ain't been with me for a little bit, so he was just trying to find a sticky, which that's where I've always taught him the stickier spot, but you can get into sticky gooey, so I didn't want to be in the sticky gooey. It's not a good thing to be in the sticky gooey. But anyway, we'll do some more weekend recaps. I'll post some videos through here in this one right here of some of the passes from last night. I mean, I'm not going to do the full burnout pass. I'm just going to get on there when it leaves, and then it spins the tires, and then you'll kind of see a little bit. But I mean, I had a good time. We actually got to, that's the first event, so we'll get it, man, guys. We'll get it. I have no doubt we'll get it. The last engine, it took me a few passes. I got it on that one. This is more of an animal on this one. I mean, it's less cubic inches, but man, it makes tons more power, and we can just really throw everything we got at it if we wanted to. But I always said, if the chassis can hold it, then this thing's gonna fly. And so after making the passes last night, even the third pass, it only kicked stage 2 on for like 0.2 seconds. 0.2 seconds before I lifted, so because it done pulled back towards the center line. And then it was really, I think I even crossed the center line on the last pass that I made in pass 3. But anyway, if once it gets hooked up, man, this thing's gonna roll, guys. So stay with us. But I'm gonna get off her. Say bye, Bubba.
Bye.
Anyway, y'all have a good day. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Share these videos, guys. And go look at Resident Evil Racing on Facebook. My wife does that. But anyway, y'all have a good Sunday and a good week.
I'm gonna push the button.